The next health crisis is coming, and this time it is gonna not hit harder than the last one. There's no doubt about it. And if you are not prepared, your business will suffer. Now some people are gonna watch this video and they are gonna say, that guy is exaggerating again. But if you are not prepared and the next health crisis does hit harder than the last one, guess who's going to be left holding the bag? You are. Don't be that person. So here are 7 things you need to do right now to prepare your business for the next health crisis. No. 1. Online sales. Are you selling online? If you're not, you need to start. Why? Because when the shit hits the fan, people aren't going to be going out to the mall anymore. They're not going to be going out to the stores anymore. People are going to be hunkering down at home and ordering what they need online. So if you have a product that can be sold online, you need to be selling online. This isn't just a nice to have thing anymore. This is a need to have thing. Now, if you don't sell any products or services online, you're falling behind your competition. The days of doing business offline are quickly coming to an end. The new world of business is online. So get online.no. 2. Building a list. Are you building a list of people who might want to buy your product or service? If you're not, you need to start. Why? Because once you get good at selling online, you're going to have to market to people somehow. And the best way to market to people is by email. But you have to build that list first. So how do you build that list? You offer something of value for free in exchange for their contact information. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, well, I don't want to give something away for free. Here's the thing. If you're in business, everything you do is not always about making money. Sometimes you have to spend money to make money. Sometimes you have to give something away for free to make money later. That's just how business works. So if you want to make money long-term and sustain it, you have to look at every single thing you do through the lens of, will this help me make more money in the future? And if the answer is yes, then do it. Build that list. Number 3, learn how to drive traffic. The no. One way that most people drive traffic to their websites is through social media. Now there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to be careful because you don't own your social media accounts. They are the platform's social media accounts and they can shut you down whenever they want to. That's why it's important to also learn other ways to drive traffic. One of the best ways to drive traffic that I found is through podcasts. Podcasts are becoming very popular, and guess what? Most people don't know how to do it. So if you learn how to create a podcast, you can easily drive traffic back to your website. Number 4, learn how to create content. Whether we like it or not, content is king and will continue to be king for a very long time. So if you haven't learned how to create content, you need to start learning. And you're probably wondering, what type of content should I create? Well, here's the thing. Create content around whatever you're selling or whatever you know a lot about. The more you create content, the better you'll get at it. And as you get better at creating content, you'll start to monetize it in different ways. No. 5. Inventory. Are you carrying enough inventory? If you're not, you need to start. Why? Because when the shit hits the fan, people are not going to be able to get certain products. And if you have those products in stock, you'll be able to sell them. Now, I understand this is a little bit difficult for some businesses, because some businesses carry large amounts of inventory. But here's the thing. If you can afford to run a business, you can afford to carry a little bit more inventory. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit more than you normally would. And if you're not sure what products to carry the ones that are moving the fastest. Those are always safe bets because you know people are going to be looking for those products. Number 6, a strong team. Do you have a strong team? If you don't, you need to start building one. Why? Because when the shit hits the fan, you're not gonna be able to do it all yourself. You're gonna need people to help you. And if you don't have a strong team, people are gonna get hurt. You might lose your business. So it's important to have a strong team in place before the shit really hits the fan. Now, how do you build a strong team? Well, it starts with hiring the right people. And the right people are the ones who are hungry, the ones who are motivated, the ones who want to be part of something special. Once you hire the right people, you need to train them properly. If you don't train people properly, they are not going to be able to do the job the way you want it done. You need to make sure that everyone on your team knows exactly what their role is and what is expected of them. Finally, you need to motivate your team. People are not going to perform well if they are not motivated. So you need to find ways to keep them motivated even when times are tough. No. 7. Cash reserves. Do you have enough cash on hand? If you don't, you need to start saving up. Why? Because when the shit hits the fan, you're not going to be able to generate revenue for a while. And you need to have enough cash on hand to sustain your business during that time. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, well, I don't have a lot of extra cash right now. Here's the thing. If you want to be successful in business, you have to be able to sacrifice now in order to reap the rewards later. It's just the way it works. You can't expect to have all the money in the world now and then be able to do nothing and still be successful later. That's just not how it works. So if you want to be successful, you have to be willing to sacrifice now. Start saving up cash now so that you can use it later when things get tough. Listen, I know that things are tough right now. I know that a lot of you guys are struggling to keep your heads above water. But here's the thing, you need to push through. You need to keep pushing even when things get tough, because the people who are going to come out ahead during the next health crisis are the ones who are prepared. So use these tips to help you prepare. And remember, don't wait until the last minute to do this. Start today. Even if you can only do a little bit each day, that's better than nothing. Just take action, because the longer you wait, the tougher it's gonna be when the shit really does hit the fan. If you want to see the next best way to make money, click the video on the screen now.